All right, there's some things, as always, on Wednesday, some business to take care of. Of course, you've got craziness going on in the AFC West with the firing of Josh McDaniels, with Ziegler out. A lot of shuffling. Jimmy Garoppolo's not even starting. What's going on? We'll learn a little bit more about Aiden O'Connell as we go along, but it's time for some underreactions, things that we are not giving enough love to, we're not talking about enough going into Week 9. We're like halfway there. This is crazy. Halfway there till we're at the Sphere. The Sphere in Vegas. Okay, for the second year in a row, the 49ers made the biggest move of the trade deadline. They get Chase Young. This is the big news. It's a deal with the Washington Commanders for one of their third-round comp picks. And with this move, everyone's talking about it. But here's the part that we're underreacting to. Here's a little asterisk you need to pay attention to so you're smart at the water cooler talking to Dolores. We're underreacting to John Lynch, the GM. What he's been able to do in the trade market, chef's kiss, okay? Historically, we have not seen that many superstars dealt at the deadline. And again, 2 years in a row now. Big fish on the market. And he did it for an absolute steal. He gives up a third-round comp pick the Niners got for losing Demeco Ryans and ran Carthon in the art. Look, come on, we're talking about that was off-season business, okay? They still owe Chase. You want to know what they owe Chase? $560K the rest of the way here. There's panic setting in over this Niners 5-3 start, right? Especially the past couple weeks, that past 3. Let's not forget last year, they were 3-4 before the Christian McCaffrey thing happened. The biggest in-season trade in NFL history, said by me, and that totally transformed San Francisco's offense, which we also happened. Who made that? Lynch. Lynch was like, yeah, let's do that. Let's make this deal and turn our entire season around, our entire future. And I'm not sure Chase Young is going to be like that exact level of impact, but the bar is very high with what CMC did. But I don't think you can say that it's not going to be similar. And we showed this yesterday in projecting. This is the trade that should happen. We said it. Do this, Niners, do this. And we're going to show it again here. We're going to run it back. The defense has taken a step back under Steve Wilkes. Everybody knows it. We don't have to dwell on it right now, okay? Bringing Chase Young in during the bye week, it's going to change the team, the whole complexion of the defense. They really got the bye. That's another underreaction. They got the bye at they got thrown. What a steak got thrown into their cage, okay, in the NFL. Like, unbelievable, perfect moment and juncture of the season. Kyle Shanahan already said they're going to use the time to tweak their approach. And I think not 1 week, but 2 weeks to get Chase Young acclimated and ready to go. We know Chase Young. We know what he has. We know what he can do. It's Defensive Player of the Year vibes. Come on. They're going to get healthier over that stretch, too. We'll talk to Debo on the show tomorrow. I think we're about to go on another run with the Niners. And it all starts with, and should be credited to, John Lynch and his aggressive, big swinging. I listen. Things get crazy on Gronk Day. Big swings at the splash of trade deadline season. All right. We're also, I think, underreacting. Let's do this. Cowboys kicker Brandon Aubrey. What he's doing. Yes! I'm talking about a kicker. Because if there's one fan base that understands the importance of kicking, it is Dallas. Remember the story of the playoffs last year? Brett Maher going 1-6 on extra points and pretty much everything falling apart. They move on from him this offseason, knowing fully and well the kicking position is so choice. In the words of Ferris Bueller, so choice. They need it. And it could obviously swim or sink their hopes as a contender in the NFC. The Cowboys decided to go all in on a former professional soccer player turned USFL kicker, okay? Turned software engineer. This is true. Named Brandon Aubrey, okay? The move has been an incredible success, and not enough people are talking about it. He's a 28-year-old rookie. He boomed. Gronk, this is like the tape Gronk's gonna watch if we run back the kick at halftime this year, okay? He booms his 58-yarder against the Rams on Sunday, follows it up with another that put him in the NFL history books. Look at this. Aubrey's 18 for 18 so far this season. That ties the NFL record for most consecutive makes to start a career. That's a great story. Okay, not only just that he found his calling after nearly giving up his dreams as a professional athlete. Really think about that. Let that sink in. Or really that his wife is the one who convinced him to try kicking. She said, hey, like MLS, sure, maybe try this. Walk into my office. Come, and he did. That's a great story, too. The opportunity to do it for America's team, sorry, Marissa, in Dallas, that's great. And credit to him and his work ethic, and credit to the Cowboys brass for saying, this is unconventional. This is a little weird. Let's give this 28-year-old rookie a try. And let's see if he can break that record and hit his 19th straight this weekend against the Eagles. I mean, this 28-year-old rookie, software engineer, soccer player, is going to waltz into the link and do this? 28-year-old rookie, software engineer, soccer player, is going to waltz into the link and do this? 28-year-old rookie, software engineer, soccer player, is going to waltz into the link and do this? 28-year-old rookie, software engineer, soccer player, is going to waltz into the link and do this? 28-year-old rookie, software engineer, soccer player, is going to waltz into the link and do this? 28-year-old rookie, software engineer, soccer player, is going to waltz into the link and do this? 28-year-old rookie, software engineer, soccer player, is going to waltz into the link and do this? 28-year-old rookie, software engineer, soccer player, is going to waltz into the link and do this? 28-year-old rookie, software engineer, soccer player, is going to waltz into the link and do this? 28-year-old rookie, software engineer, soccer player, is going to waltz into the link and do It's not going to be easy. I'm rooting for him. Aubrey has me believing. Okay, my other reaction. You guys can hit me up at Up and Adam Show for these. We've got Ronnie Stanley on the show. We've got Gronk coming back to break down some of these big games for this week. I think we're also underreacting. Let's go to the AFC North here. What is going on with the Browns defense? They are still the #1 total defense in the league by lots of numbers, and I think the defense is great, good, great, all overall. But we're starting to see things, you know, you're at the club, it's 4 in the morning, the lights go on. You start to see some things. You start to see things as they really are, you know? You start to see, like, it's not, things, okay. But, you know, I'm just saying. They're not as dominant as they were. Remember the 2 games that kind of, like, vaunted them into the territory against the Bengals and Niners, and those games were, like, really sloppy conditions. Hamilton was like, we don't know what this Browns team is. We don't know what these teams facing the Browns are because the conditions are absolute slop. Horrible, you don't know. Objectively, if you look at it, Hamilton might have been right, and I was like calling him a weatherman, Doppler on the nines and making fun of him. But if you look at the last 2 games on the road, things are different. And check this out. The Browns, they're allowing 17 more points per game on the road this season, nearly 200 more total yards than what they've been giving up at home. So they're like literally 2 different defenses. Things that make you go, Overpowering opponents in the monsoon-like conditions in Cleveland and really being below average across the board away from the dog pound. What does it mean? That I think they're putting fake rain into the stadium. I think they're messing with I think they hired Storm from X-Men. Was it Halle Berry? I don't know. And they're like, make it as sloppy as possible here so we have an advantage. That's the moral of the story.
You think they got like a huge sprinkler, just pumping it into the stadium?
I wouldn't put it past them. Anyway, what does it mean for the Browns? Girl, what does it mean for the Browns this weekend? No, it means they're in for another big performance. They're back at home. They've got Storm up there doing her thing, lightning bolts, the whole thing. They got the Cardinals. Rain is on the rain. Cleveland, I feel bad for you. 17-mile-per-hour winds in the forecast. Aye. Week 10 at Baltimore. That's where we're going to see the real test. Just put these in your calendar, okay? The week at Baltimore. Myles Garrett's amazing. He's Mr. Jeepers, Weepers, Creepers, whatever. He's scary. He's the whatever. Browns fans should be afraid of what's happening to the squad on the road because it is 2 different worlds. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest Up and Adams content right on YouTube.